Hello and welcome back to Railway Empire 2. We're sat in Ottawa, which is the end of the line if we take a look the other way. Yeah, we don't own that region, it is Quebec all the way over there. And we're sat in Ottawa because there is a little mistake on our network which I never spotted. I believe Anglo-Saxon spotted it in the comments and I forgot to check. But it's a good demonstration of how to fix this error. It's a line issue. We have some trains heading out of Ottawa. One of them is an express to Syracuse. Where are you? Syracuse to Ottawa, this one here. This is the route it should take. Ottawa to Syracuse. That is the route it is currently taking. But anyway, there is a missing gridiron, which is why our Syracuse to Ottawa train is currently going past Toronto. And I think it's done it a few times. Possibly, yeah, there he is. It's probably best just to delete him. But we'll see what happens. See if the train resets itself when we add the gridiron. It does highlight another issue that you may come across. And I've seen this in the forums quite a bit. Sometimes it won't let you add a waypoint on your tracks, and this is usually the cause. There's actually no way for it to get into Syracuse because of our station layout currently is a dead end on the two tracks that they come into, and so it can't head up and turn around in Albany or White train station. So yes, a couple of things to look out for. Easily done, as demonstrated by yours truly. We'll fix that. Hopefully. We're going to plonk us a 2-track gridiron in there. And then we're going to bring up the Syracuse to Ottawa line. Oh, do we have it at the other end before I go and do anything? Yes, we do. Okay, so now it should be fixed. And we'll doubly make sure... Oh, it's already shot over there. Yeah, we need to doubly make sure that our train resets. If not, it's probably easier just to delete it and start again. But we'll hit play, see where he goes. He's going to turn round, isn't he? I mean, do we really mind? I kind of do. Oh, where's he gone? I kind of do. Where have you gone? I don't know where he is. He's vanished. Oh, he's over there now. Okay, that's a good thing, isn't it? Yeah, he reset because I guess he couldn't find his way around there. We'll set up a new freight service running from Ottawa to Syracuse there. Freight only, choose a locomotive. They're all Dunhams at the moment until we can unlock our freight loco. And there we go, we are fixed. We're going to have some traffic running down there as was originally planned. And it was all because of one gridiron that was missing. We have plenty of money in the bank. We do need to build us a library in Buffalo, if I remember correctly. They were close, and they are indeed at 50,000. Where do we want the library? Sort of in the middle, don't we? I mean, it doesn't really matter. But since we've got these two stations, it would be kind of nice down there. It'd be like downtown or a towny type area. I do love the snow around there. There we go. We've got some fixes done. We need to hook up our apples. We need to hook up our wood. So let's get that started. We're just going to funnel them into our exchange here and have all of our lines congregate here and distribute their goodies around the cities that are connected to it, including London. We may have a direct line occasionally, picking up a little bit of slack. Lay of the land. Get those contours up. And let's get us a station in. We really want to avoid the hole, or do we? I don't think it matters too much, does it? We can just go closer since we don't get paid for distance. We get paid for delivery. So we'll get these guys nice and close. We'll pop in there. I might shift this along one, possibly, and instead share a wood line. Yeah, I kind of prefer that. Let's delete this back. And we'll get rid of the gridiron as well. And we'll hook these into a new platform. We're going to need the throughput, aren't we? At some point, it's going to get quite busy. So let's set you up. so we can separate the drop-offs and, if necessary, really flood the network with those trains dropping off apples and wood. Might as well keep it max. It's only a short journey. I mean, that works out quite nicely, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm going to double track it so that we can just throw as many trains on as possible when it's required. Yes, please. Water tower on there. We've got one on here. We should set up our wood while we're here. We can possibly double track it, actually, looking at this. I don't mind what we do up here. If we drift off like that, we can make use of some of our parallel track discount. We could also make use of an existing supply tower we've got on there. Yeah, given that, this might want to be parallel all the way. So we'll get rid of that one. Shift, and then you can click a point to get rid of it. This is a good way to check if you have parallel tracks heading into a station, as that was the issue I was having with our gridirons not spanning 4 tracks. So as long as there's no pricing tracks and you don't have any junctions, a junction will add to the tracks cost. But you want it all to say parallel for your gridirons to work correctly. So we'll build that and we'll redo this again. We only need to do it up to here though. And just so it looks tidier and it will make a little bit more sense as well. Get rid of you. Now we can check that we're going to double track all the way out, or parallel, which we are. 0 on track costs, and we can take this all the way up to the end of the line there. Build you. Now we can stick our gridiron back, which we're going to go 2 tracks on that side, 2 tracks on that side. There's no need for our other drop-offs to get involved with the mainline freight services. And now we can just branch off that one. It should be roughly the same. It's 49 miles an hour, not a concern. Not in chapter 1 anyway. There are no trains that are that quick. We need to get this signalled up before I forget, which I will. That one's the mainline one, so that one's fully connected, which it is. And now we need a station over near our logging, and we'll get it as close to the main line as possible. There's an unfortunate hill there, so I'm going to sit so we're not in the hill, a little bit lower. Hopefully this works and reduces our grade a touch to 0, which I like. Again, 46 miles an hour, not a concern in this chapter, and probably not for most freight trains either in the early years. Now we can get you signalled up, I believe. And another good thing is we own both of those industries. Spent a little bit of money there, but we have 2 new connections, and fortunately the Dunhams don't cost us that much. Let's set up a wait until full freight only service, dropping off into the warehouse. Confirm you. We'll also do the same for our wood. New line. West rest. Oh, I like that. It rhymes. Wait until full, please. And we do want freight only. Get you a Dunham on. Beautiful. We will add us some maintenance yards on here eventually. However, for now, and given how we've set this up, they can use the one at the warehouse. If we've got through trains, we're going to need to juggle how this works. I believe we have. So what we're going to do is shift this across so that it connects to the main line entrance instead of the drop-offs. And let's not forget to stick our gridiron back in there and redo our direction of travel. Things that can easily be forgotten, as I demonstrate, no doubt, a few times. There we go. We should be all fixed now. Yeah, what trains do we have? Do we have any running through there? We do. Look at that. So, good job we fixed that. Otherwise, we'd have had another issue like we had at Ottawa to Syracuse there. That's going to help no end. I would like to get into this area so that we can start bringing in some of these vegetables. And then we can, yeah, we could drop them off there, but we could also drop them off via Ottawa. Let's get Ottawa a warehouse. What I'm going to start doing going forward, it's a little bit relaxed approach. I'm not specializing stations to be passenger stations or anything like that. I'm just going to shift whatever goods are not being shipped or can't reach any other cities easily via our cities here. These ones to the north anyway, because money's coming in a lot faster, so we can address problems with freight to get them growing by selecting what items are missing to be shifted into the warehouse. We do have access to Syracuse here, and we could continue maybe a bypass track and pick up stuff from Albany. Sugar's going to be one, isn't it? Sugar's going to be a bit of an issue. I wouldn't mind getting that up here. The only other sugar we've got is nowhere to be seen in the northwest. So yeah, sugar might be a good one to go direct from Albany. I sort of like it. It's a good start, isn't it? There we go. We'll get some sugar in there. We'll get some milk in there as well eventually. We've got this connection across there that I'd like to bring in. That's ours. I don't feel like this place is going to keep up for long with Albany's demand and then the rest of our network as well. Yeah, so I'd like to lighten the load on that dairy farm by bringing this one into play as soon as we can buy this area, which we're close to, 763,000 to purchase that. And then we can go full on, can't we, by connecting up Montreal, Quebec, and then link all the way round down to Bangor. Oh, you've grown, have you? Look at you go. You do have a library. Yeah, wonderful. A lot of these industries we can't really upgrade, even if we could identify the issues, because they're all going to be pricey to upgrade, and I'd rather spend our money on expanding out this way. So we're going to do that. Quick look at our task list. We're a long way from doing it. We're aiming for buying Barty out, and in turn that's going to start all of these up and running. And this one at the bottom, the 120,000 citizens in 3 cities, we're going to be doing passively. And again, the Virginia region won't happen until I've purchased Barty, or purchased this company from under him. Nice hostile takeover. Alright, let's get us a station in Montreal. It's going to be more about connecting and making sure we've got 4-track main lines before we do anything else. Do we have lay of the land in our favour? There's not much we can do about this. Montreal's sat in kind of a basin-y thing, isn't it, there? We'll take the grade on the chin, I think. Where do we want to head into? Well, this one is the one that branches. The first 2 platforms are the ones that branch off to Syracuse. So I'm going to go mainline here, and we'll branch. We'll have a little branch off that way. 245,000. I think we can make that a little less expensive. In fact, we made it far less expensive and a decent grade, and we can build it immediately. Let's get you hooked up. It is a fully parallel tracked. 158,000 for the next one, because we do have to purchase another platform there. Station platforms are 50,000 each. Actually, is that true? I guess we'll find out, because we're going to 4-track it. Right, let's accumulate some funds. I don't think we need the contours up just yet. And then we'll set up a passenger service and a freight service. We've got a lot of X's here, but it's just trains waiting around for goodies. I believe we do supply enough, as we have there. What's happening is we're not producing enough in London there on the cloth. Is it even getting shipped from London? Not really, but if we bring up the layer, I was hoping that it'll be green if you're supplying 100% demand. But no, there's no colour change. But it does say 100% to Toronto and a lovely smiley face. So there we go. They're happy with their deliveries. We are indeed supplying enough. If we check down in Toronto, just to double check, and yes, there you go. We're full on cloth. So it's just a case of our cities are not big enough around there. Vegetable farm near Ottawa. Well, that's a lot cheaper. Wasn't that ridiculous prices when we tried to buy it? Might have been, yeah, that might have been because it's not in our area. But we just grabbed it for 90,000. It depends. I just got an achievement, guys. That's not what it depends on, but I did get an achievement. Tycoon. Wonderful. What about this one then? Oh no. Yeah, it probably is because we didn't have the area. I think we should grab these. We're going to make use of them. We only paid 66k for them. It's a little more than a platform at a station. 260k? Yeah, that's going to be used immediately. We're obviously not paying that much. And the corn. Corn might be a good one to grab because we need to get that in. Of course, that's the expensive one. Why wouldn't it be? Oh, it's up at 50% production. We can unlock our freight train, I believe. We can. Look at that. We've got the Derwent, which has quite a bit better tractive power. 8% more tractive power. That's going to help, isn't it? And it's not faster than our current trains. That would be the toss-up, wouldn't it? I'm just going to go with the Derwent because it's designated freight train, isn't it? Yeah, I don't mind if it's slower because we're going to have our dedicated tracks as well. So let's pop in here and get to the Derwent. Do I want to colour him? Oh, do you know, it's tempting. We can just stick him at blue, can't we? That blue there. Or that blue. Dark blue. Yeah, and age him. Just so he looks the business. There we go. A little bit dirty and blue. And he's white anyway. We're just missing the green. That'll do. And what else do we want to do? Oh, yes. Replace you with... We can't do suitability because we've only got mixed trains. So this top one is to replace specific locos. The suitability is what trains you already have on there, so whether you have freight only or mixed trains, which as you can see we don't have any freight trains, we don't have any express trains, all of ours are mixed. And then you've got type of route, which is where we can find where all of our freight only trains are. And is that minus 168,000? We get a refund. Look at that, beautiful. If that isn't a reason to buy the Derwent, I don't know what is. Right then, we've got plenty of money again. Can we grab this now? I know it's going to be pricey, but 303 is not what we're going to be paying. We'll be paying quite a bit less, won't we? Thank you very much, 197k. We own all the things, as we rightly should. And yes, before we head off any further, we've still got to buy out Barty here. We're going to need close to 10 million to buy him out. So that's what we're aiming for. What sort of bond can we get? We can only get 3 million in bonds. So it's all about growing our cities now. And that in turn is going to grow our empire and our company value. So we should finish off our build that we've got going down here. Build you. Yes, we'll have a 4-track main line. Platforms, they look like they're 50,000 each. Yep, otherwise it would have gone up way more. Yep, another 50,000 and then we're good to go. We should be able to head off to Syracuse with a direct service if we wish, which we might do. We might do. We do have a warehouse here though now, don't we? Currently storing milk and sugar. We're going to need to get some corn involved. At least heading down to London and Toronto, right? Those guys are going to need some corn. Well, no, they've got it there. It's probably not required. Although, how are we shipping it from here? We're not, are we? Do you have corn in you? That would be a good idea. Yeah, there we go. You're right there. And then you can get that shipped over to London and Toronto, who already have it. What are you complaining about? Are you waiting for these two to load? We probably need to upgrade this, don't we? Yeah. Can we afford it? Oh my days. No, we can't. 720,000. How about the grain? I don't think we own that. No, and it's plummeted. We just can't afford anything, guys. It might be worth us making this a 3-track station, possibly. We'll upgrade our corn eventually. Money is going up pretty rapidly. Right, we don't need any more tracks down here. It's all good. Yeah, and we need to put this back on maximum, don't we? Will you go on the corner nicely? Sometimes the corners are too sharp and you end up with a gridiron halfway down the track. So let's not do that. And do we want the gridiron here? Do I? No. Do you know what? What I'm going to do... No, I am. I'm going for it, guys. We're going to have the gridiron here. And then we're going to branch off from there, from our station, all parallel tracked, a little ways after the existing gridiron. And we're going to slide in like that. That way we can send trains over to Syracuse way. And that should all be parallel, meaning we can have a 2-track gridiron for the branch service. There we go. That's going to drift off that way. I like it. Does mean we can drift in here as well. Let's get all that signalled up then. Something a little bit different today. There we go. Main line has been signalled, and we do have our gridiron right there. We're going to need to do this one because it's after a junction, so we'll do that one separately. I guess I should have done it up here, really. I do like the exclamation points to show you whether it's viable or not with your current signalling. But there we go. We have it. We should be good everywhere else. Perfect. Let's get some trains set up then. We still have plenty of money in the bank, which is marvellous. We are going to need us a maintenance depot on there. And we're going to set up a passenger service. It's taking the branch. I don't really want you to do that. But it is saying that's the shortest route. A couple of ways we could do this. We could dedicate platforms, or we can waypoint up to the gridiron, which I kind of prefer. So after Montreal, go that way. Now it can't use anything other than this track, technically. I mean, it could use other tracks to get back out, I believe. Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. Perfect. I'm going to add another one in there anyway, just to make doubly, triply sure. There's our express train. That is going to use the Dunham, which is faster than our freight train. And then we're going to use our freight, which will be a dedicated freight service. And that is going to be heading out that way. And that's after Montreal. Oh, I clicked on Montreal by mistake. Now I don't know where we are. There we are. We're at Ottawa. I must have clicked on Ottawa then. Right, and then we need another one just there, and that should be good. And that is going to be freight only. The beauty of setting this as freight is it should pick us the Derwent by default. The same, it will give you your best freight locomotive. Same as when you can finally have express ones, which we can soon. How much is our company worth? Not much different, Grand. You're still terrible. Although, no, actually, I take that back. We're up to approaching 4 million we can take out on our next bond. That's nice, isn't it? So we've got Montreal hooked up. Our next stop is Quebec. I would like to get that done today before we go. And we're going to have a similar setup. These services we will be adding 1, 2, 3 trains, as many as is required. This guy might be... running a bit empty for a while. We can zoom in, take a look at him. There he is. I love the old... Oh, that's how that works. There is a hole at the front. And you've got the coal on the front there. Engineers at the back. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at the size of the packed lunchbox. I'm sure that's what that is. Probably isn't. Yes, anyway, Montreal, you need a connection to Quebec. And then next time we can hook up all the industries around here. But that's a major extension, isn't it, to our main line. Lay of the land, here will do. We do want to get across there somehow. It's going to be a bit rough to get across there, isn't it? I guess we could sort of go at that angle. It doesn't matter. Yeah, if we can aim for that bit, it'll be lovely. So it'll need to be something like that. We can put a little wiggle in it. It just depends how that sits heading up that way. I think it'll sit fine. If we stay away from the hole in the ground, as I can see there. So we'll draw a rough outline. Scoot round these holes. And then up into our station. That's kind of rough. Oh no, it's not too bad. Maybe we can just have a tight turn heading into the station there. Yeah, there we go. That'll work, wouldn't it? I wish you wouldn't move the other stuff when I'm moving this. Can we get that max speed back? There it is, yeah. So our expresses can scoot right through Quebec. And then we're heading back up to Bangor there, one of our original cities. That's rather pleasant, isn't it? Yeah. Let's get you double tracked. Let's get you triple tracked. Let's not, because we can't afford that just yet. Don't need the contours up. But this will be Quebec finally added. What a view that is. That's rather pleasant. Yeah, I'm going to fast forward it so we can get some money in the bank. All of our trains are running around with X's on. But that's a lot of city-to-city freight trains that are not really doing much at the moment. And they'll get... Oh, as they all vanish nearly. There you go. As I was mentioning. Some of these will not change until there's more demand out of the warehouse down here. We do have apples there, but no one's asking for them at the moment. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go from Buffalo and skip Toronto. Just have a backwards and forwards between Buffalo and our warehousey thing up here. There's a lot of goods we exchange that way. Freight only. I think we need to widen this a little bit, but we can get around to that. First, we just need to get some freight shifted, don't we? So you should choose the Derwent for us, which you have. Freight only. You get going. Full steam ahead. Another achievement. It's one of those achievement kind of days. I've probably just introduced another X to the map. That's fine. Oh, money went straight up. And is that 3 tracks? Yes, we need 4 for our main line. There we go. We are good. Let's get you. No, we need you on maximum, please. I'd like us to just choose whichever platform in every station. I've gone across too many. That's typical, isn't it? Who spotted that? That's fine. It's a quick fix, isn't it? We'll just do this, and get you set back up. But this time it'll be a little bit cheaper, so we also got some money back. That needs to be in there. Thankfully, it's still max. Make sure that it is fully parallel, which it is. Beautiful. So I deleted it at the correct places. And you are also max. Oh, no, you see, we've got here. Here's an example. Tracks 470. That means somewhere along here is not parallel. What we can do is add us another point. So I doubt it's at this end. It could be. If we get rid of that and bring this back, we know it's before the station somewhere. So it's probably up here. So if we connect into there, there we go. Tracks, nothing. Parallel tracks are all parallel. It's somewhere up this end. So what we probably want to do is just delete that section, redraw it fully, and hopefully it parallels it. No, it's done worse, Grand. We've broken our parallel track. What happens if I build it there? Did it say the parallel thing? Yeah, there we go. It's fine. We don't need it technically parallel up this end. It becomes parallel at the station. That's all we care about. And the curve is pleasant. I guess it should be because it's maximum speed. The only reason that would be a bit of a hiccup is if we need to fit a supply tower on there, which we do. Although we can put it a little bit further up here where it does seem to be fully parallel. But that would be another reason that you might struggle with a supply tower if they're not fully parallel. We're missing one thing, aren't we? We need a bit of direction of travel on here. And now we've got that. so we can set up our new services. Freight only. Let's get us our Derwent on. And, oh yes, we should waypoint this away from our express line. So we'll get you shifted over that way. Perfect. Confirm you. No complaints. We've got only down to 1x. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one to take anything anyway. He might be better off just not doing that. There is no... Oh, no, eventually he will take clothing as well. As long as he grows, eventually, which he should do. I like that. We've got a serious main line now. When we come back, we can hook up Bangor. Portland has grown. In fact, before we go, we can deal with Portland. This is another potential city that can reach 120,000, believe it or not. I do not care about that. I'll pay innovation points if I have to. What's going on here? The train line runs very slowly here due to the high incline. If possible, use a more... we'll fix that. I don't really mind. We should have the freight train on there, though. Yes, I'll double check that. What are we building here? What are we building here? I did have an idea. Oh, furniture, wasn't it? Yeah, you're going to be building furniture. Let's get that built. Furniture, can we afford it? 580,000. We can almost afford it. There we go. Now we can. Didn't take long at all. Make sure you build the right one. Get you in there. And we'll also need to plonk us down a university. We've got it here as well. Yeah. You should be fine. What's the... I don't know what the incline is on here. We've got solid freight trains. There is one way to find out what roughly the incline is. 2% is that? That shouldn't be an issue. You're fine. 2% is fine. Obviously 0 or 1% would be better, but 2% isn't the end of the world. Right, come on. Yeah, let's get some money together. And then we'll get that university in and we can head off with 3 cities that now have universities. Old Ironside, a success. Baldwin tests locomotive. Excellent. This is history, I believe. The only things we've got on our newspapers. So I've left it up there a little bit if you wish to read the newspaper. Anyway, we've got city buildings to build. Where's our university? Let's get you replaced down there. That should be 3 universities. We've got the University of Boston, the University of Portland, and the University of Albany. And a few X's dotted around. But that's always going to happen. We've not connected up any of our industries up this end. So we'll do that when we come back because the main line is key. We'll probably finish off the main line first. And then we can get milk hooked up. Another 4-track main line into Bangor. And we're good to go. Alright guys, we're just heading to wherever that is. It doesn't say. We're heading out of Quebec. So, Montreal? I believe so. Yeah, I don't know why it's saying nothing there. I wonder if it's because we're waypointing, so it's actually heading to a waypoint. Possibly. Oh, I saw that deer by the side of the track. I hope you're okay and wasn't scared by a big, loud, mean machine. Mean machines that are not sponsored. Do they still exist? Possibly not. It looks really nice, doesn't it, when you sat on the train? And I do love the swaying motion. Very realistic. Guys, thank you for watching. Lots done today. Big extension to our main line. It cost a fortune. We have the main expense out the way. Let's hook up to, or all the way back round to Bangor and get a few more of those businesses set up as well. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.